But California Governor Gavin Newsom has struck a deal with state lawmakers, apparently pushing school districts to open classrooms to the youngest students by the end of March. Now, the new proposal offers $2 billion in grants to schools that open kindergarten through second grade by April 1st. This comes as a petition to recall Governor Newsom already has more than 1.8 million signatures of the 1.5 million needed by March 17th to trigger a mid-year election. Joining us now to discuss is U.S. Navy veteran and former California congressional candidate Joe Collins. Thank you very much for joining us. What about this latest news? It does seem like the timing of it perhaps is questionable as we zero in on March 17th.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. What I can say is it's too little too late. I mean, we've had a long time for Gavin Newsom to act like he has some sense, but the only thing he's been able to prove is that he's incompetent as a governor. He proved that masks didn't work, and he proved that he can spread mass panic. And so I think that it's a little too late. Businesses have permanently shut their doors. Our kids have been out of school for a very long time. We're going on year one of the 2-week slow to spread, and people are absolutely sick of Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, we were just reading that they're getting rid of the mask mandate in Texas, you know, a huge state there, dealing with things completely differently, depending on where you are in Texas, dealing with them differently than they are in California. How do you read what's going on with the governor? Do you think he is really worried now about keeping his job?
Yeah, he should be worried. I mean, we're approaching the 2 million mark on the signatures and everything, and we've getting support from Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and so he should be worried. Actually, he wrote me a letter here. I don't think he got the memo that I don't like him. You know, I'm helping push the recall efforts. But, you know, it's about time. It's about time that we start following suit with the states that are getting rid of the mask mandates, that are lifting restrictions for shutdowns and getting our kids back in school.
And this is a bipartisan effort because there are Democrats and Republicans who are upset with Newsom, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Everyone here is struggling except for illegal immigrants. He's taking a lot of tax dollars, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and giving it to illegal immigrants. He's been paid by his mega donors to push certain agendas. And I think that, you know, we have to get him recalled and get someone in office who's going to care about the American people.
Joe, did you say he sent you a letter? Is that what you held up?
Yeah.
What did he say? What does it say? What does it say?
He said, Dear Joe, thank you for seeking public office in California. No matter outcome, every campaign takes courage, dedication, self-sacrifice. Thank you for your willingness to serve this great state. Sincerely, Gavin Newsom. He could have kept this. He could have kept this letter and stopped wasting trees because I don't like Gavin Newsom. And actually, we restarted our campaign to run for Congress in the 43rd District as well.
In terms of the businesses there, how long is it going to take to come back from this, or will they all be able to come back from it?
I think they will. A lot of businesses have permanently shut down because they weren't able to take advantage of PPP loans. Gavin Newsom hadn't created any bills or legislation to be able to give our tax money back to our business owners. So unfortunately, some people have lost it all. And, you know, after we get rid of Gavin Newsom, hopefully we can come up with a plan to get these businesses back.
I don't know if you keep track of this, but how are the state coffers? And the reason I ask is a lot of states throughout the country have actually done better than you would expect with taking tax revenue because a lot of the money they're getting from the government is taxable. So these states actually have ended up with more in their coffers than they expected. Do you know whether that's happening in California?
I think California is in debt. Last I checked, Gavin Newsom has been very reckless with his spending. He's been very reckless on what he wants to do with the money from California. And I know whenever President Trump was in office, he wasn't giving Gavin Newsom any money. But, you know, they've made taxes go through the roof, which is why we have an influx of homeless people and people are living below the poverty level. But I think California is in debt. But hopefully, you know, moving forward, when we get a new governor, we can pull California out of the rut that we're in and get our economy back on track.
Yeah, we talk a lot about the issues going on with Governor Cuomo here in New York, Governor Newsom in California. What would be your message to all the folks that don't live in those states, and what should they take from the issues that those two states are having?
I think that what I would say is we've been living with Democrats for a very long time, and we see the destruction that they've caused. they would never hold themselves accountable, so we have to hold them accountable for them. So I think this time around, we need to start voting for Republicans, vote for someone who have the best interests of the people. And I think we need to move from voting across party lines. Just because you are a Democrat doesn't mean Democrat policies best suit you.
And Joe, if there is a recall election, the governor still would be in that election, as I understand it. So somebody still has to beat him. Who do you think can or should beat him?
You know, I'm not sure at this point. I've seen a lot of great candidates coming out the woodwork, and so I'm just excited as the rest of the world to see who's going to be that guy to take on Gavin Newsom.
All right. Joe Collins, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you shedding light on what's going on in California in the recall election. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, coming up, what is the future